today we're going to see the past tense simple in the regular verbs in Spanish. So everything that is not AR, IR, and ER is called stem, okay? And then the rest is the ending, okay? So in order to form a conjugation, you had to drop the ending and then add the conjugation. So for now, we're going to see the verbs that ends in AR. So you have trabajar, comer, you have vivir, right? Vivir. Trabajar means to work, comer to eat, and vivir to live. So let's work first with trabajar. Trabajar. So you see the stem, okay, will be trabaj, and the ending will be, or the conjugation, it will be AR. And it's called conjugation because this is the one that you had to drop in order to form a conjugation, okay? So in this case, the conjugation is past tense. It's like events that happen in the past, okay? So, and what I would like to do always to show my students is like, remember, which are the persons in Spanish, the person. So you have I, how you say I? Yo, very good. You, tú, he, él, she, ella, and you formal, usted, very good. And we, nosotros, very good. And then they, sorry, nosotros, and then they, masculine, ellos, they, feminine, ellas, very good. And they, you all, ustedes. So now, why we're seeing the past tense, right? Past tense regulars, okay? Why do you think it's regular? I don't know if you know that. But it's regular because the stem, okay, doesn't change. Okay, you see? It's trabaj, trabaj, trabaj. That's when a verb is regular, okay? In the past tense. So events that already happened, okay? So, and in the ending, for the AR verbs, in this case, is trabajar, so it's the AR verbs, which is the ending in the past would be. So, I tell my students, like, first of all, try to find patterns, okay, in order to make this easy. So, which is the pattern in here? Which persons I mean by these, or pronouns, the personal pronouns, which ones has the same letter? Tú, right? Nosotros and ellos. You see they have a in common. Ambos. So I like, in order for you to do like a memory technique, I like you to do. So okay, so tú has an aste, right? And then and ellos, ellas, and nosotros amos, they have an A in common, y ellos aron, except for yo and ella, which is the ending of yo will be e, and the ending of ella or usted is o, with an accent. But I can show you how to do that in another video, the accent. So unfortunately, this ending you had to study by heart. So what I'll recommend you to do while you listen to this video, or after you finish it, whatever you prefer, you can pause me and then you can do it. Is always try to find the most common verbs in AR. So what I'm gonna do, the most common verbs in AR, I summarize in AR regular, in the past tense, are these guys, okay? So I always tell my students, first study the most common verbs in AR that are regular in the past tense. So try to do grab from these verbs, okay? I will just show it to you. Grab from these verbs the ones that you use the most common in your life. Like, for example, you can pause me anyways and then you can study them. It's these two charts. But for example, I always say, okay, for example, do you buy stuff? Yes. Comprar, cuidar, you take care of someone. caminar, you use that, cenar, limpiar, okay, manejar, you drive, you watch TV, you see. Descansar is to rest, dejar to leave behind. I left my cell phone, for example. Estudiar I use, esperar, escuchar. You see, these are very common verbs that you use in a regular basis, right? Trabajar. So try to study these ones and do and practice. Like, for example, I'll tell you, do by yourself these verbs, or the one that you use the most common in a conversation. So for example, do comprar, like in an Excel spreadsheet like this one. You can do, or in paper, whatever you feel more comfortable. You see, you put com, first of all it's AR, so everything that is not AR is the stem, okay? And then you have to remember that that the stem doesn't change in AR, right? So you just put it all like this, and just to remember the ending. So it's remember, haste, hamos, sorry. Yo compré, tú compraste, él compró, compramos y ellos haron. So always remember, haste o hemos haron. Haste o hemos haron for AR. And then in your house, or when you pause me, what you can do is the rest of the verbs. Do cuidar, which means to take care of. In my opinion, in order to focus for a conversation, just grab, you see, the ones that you use the most. For example, I'll grab comprar and use comprar, caminar, cuidar, limpiar, caminar, cuidar, limpiar. I'm putting in a flashcard, okay? Limpiar, manejar, mirar, for example. To drive y mirar, okay? And from the other chart, grab and do descansar, okay? Descansar, which means to rest. Esperar, escuchar, estudiar. Escuchar, estudiar. You see why this is useful, because we're going to apply this into a conversation. Pasar tiempo, visitar y viajar, por ejemplo. Pasar tiempo, spend time, visitar y viajar. So, with this same concept, do these ones in order to practice, okay? Okay, now let's move on with the ER verbs. It's the same concept, it's just, but the ending is gonna be different, right? So, which is, and just look at the ending only right now, please. Just look at the ending, okay? So, look at the ending here. I won't tell you anything for now. Look at the ending. Look at the ending in here. Look at those. Are you looking at the ending? What you can tell me about this ending, about the ending of comer and the ending of vivir? What you can tell me? Well, generally, if you are my student, we can have a conversation, but right now, since you're listening to this video, the thing that I can tell you is that if you say it is correct, they end the same way. So, good. So, it's so easy now, since they end the same way, the ER and IR verbs ends the same way. So, we were using the example of comer, which is to eat, and vivir, to live. So, comer and vivir, okay, to live. So, this is easy now to remember, because this is, remember, regular verbs in the past tense, doesn't change the stem, regular verbs, doesn't change the stem, right? Very good. Now we have to focus on the ending, and the ending is the same one. Once you study, is y, iste, yo, imos, and yeron, okay? So, y, iste, yo, imos, and yeron. So both, they have the same ending. So when you are studying, I would do this like as a memory chart, and I would do like the ending of AR was, right, trabajar, por ejemplo, trabajé, Trabajaste, trabajó, trabajamos, and trabajaron with the persons, right? So these are the endings. I put like a cheat sheet. I will put myself endings. And then you have y, iste, o, imos, hieron. And then the stem of the verb is the same. So you just have to remember really well the endings, right? So now we're focusing on the ER and IR verbs. So the most common ER verbs in the regular, they are less than AR verbs, thank God. So we have aprender, for example. So let's do, we did comer already. So let's do aprender. So aprender, you put the ending, then it's y, iste. What I recommend is not looking at it and try to do it by yourself, by heart. So it's y, iste, yo, imos, hieron, right? And then this is easy because it just doesn't change, right? So the most common ones in the past tense regulars in ER would be aprender, well, beber, which is to drink. Beber, it was comer. Then correr, to run. And let's see if comprender is to understand. No comprendo, I don't know if you ever heard that. Conocer is to meet someone for the first time or to know a place or a thing. And responder, romper, no. Vender, to sell. Vender, and ver, which is to see. So practice this at home, okay? With the same ending. Now let's do the IR verbs, right? That has the same ending. So let's do vivir, for example. So vivir means to live. So for example, yo viví en Alemania, whatever. So vivir. So vivir. So vivir. So let's do yo viví, tú viviste, él vivió, nosotros vivimos, y ellos vivieron, okay? Has the same ending. Now practice with these verbs and try not to look at them. Other examples of the ones I'm gonna give you. For example, vivir, we have, with IR, we have asistir, for example, to attend to class. Asistir means to attend. So asistir. So the stem doesn't change, remember? And how was the ending? Do you remember without me telling you? Try to think about it. Y, iste, asistió, imos, and hieron. And try to do the same thing, just to remember with escribir is important, means to write. Escribir. And then do subir, I guess, to go up. Do recibir, to receive. For now, try to learn escribir, which is to write, recibir, asistir, and vivir. For now, okay? So, this is the first part of the grammar. So do this at home. Try to remember these conjugations. And I will see you in the next video in order to see how we apply this in a conversation, okay? You might need to know some vocabulary that I will show you, but I will see you in the next video for that. Thank you.